Welcome back to the Football Heritage. Back again with midweek edition on the Football Heritage. I will be looking at the Champions League. There were a lot of games last night and Tuesday night in the Champions League. Real Madrid won 5-1. Man City lost to Paris Saint-Germain 4-2. They were up in that game 2-0, but they collapsed. And Barcelona won on Tuesday in a dramatic function. That was a dramatic game. They were down 3-1 in the first 30 minutes. And after that, they were down 4-2 with less than 15 minutes. With less than 15 minutes to go, and they managed to win 5-4. So, if you are not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. The link is in the description. It is the Football Heritage. So let me go through the scores, the Champions League scores. On Tuesday, Monaco won, Aston Villa 0, Atalanta 5, Stonegras 0. Atletico Madrid, they won 2-1 against Bayern Leverkusen, and the Harlem sent off in the 23rd minute when Barrios was sent off. They went behind on the stroke of halftime. Hincapi scoring for Bayer Leverkusen. But as you know, Atletico Madrid defensively, they are so good. And having a coach that Diego Simeone, who is also defensive minded, and Alvarez equalized in the 52nd minute. Then Hincapi, he got his second yellow card in the 76th minute, so he was sent off from the 76th minute until the end of the game. Both teams had 10 men on the pitch, and Atletico Madrid got the winner through Alvarez again in stoppage time. So they won 2-1. That means Atletico Madrid, they are fifth place in the table. The Champions League table, Atletico Madrid, fifth place. So that was a vital win for Atletico de Madrid. And as you can see, Atletico Madrid, the fifth currently with 15 points after 7 games in the Champions League. And they play well. Defensively, they were so aggressive. And Benfica 4, Barcelona 5. That was an entertaining game. The first 2 minutes of the game, Barcelona went behind. Paredes of Benfica scored, and Barcelona equalized in the 13th minute through a Robert Lewandowski penalty. This guy, he is one of the best strikers ever in the history of football, and he equalized from the penalty spot. He is the third all-time goal scorer in the history of the Champions League, behind Cristiano Ronaldo first and Lionel Messi second. And a few minutes later, Paredes scored to make it 2-1 in the game. And in the 30 minutes, they got a penalty. Paredes again, he scored to complete his hat trick to make it 3-1 in favor of Benfica. But the goalkeeper from the goal key, he kicked the ball straight at Rafinha, which hit his head straight into the back of the net to make it 3-2 for Benfica. And again, in the 68th minute, Benfica scored again an own goal from Araujo, make it 4-2 to Benfica. 78th minute, Robert Lewandowski converted from the penalty spot again to make it 4-3. And in the 86th minute, Garcia equalized to make it 4-4. Deep into the stoppage time, almost the last kick of the game, when Barcelona scored a winner through Rafinha. And that means Barcelona, they currently sit second with 18 points from 7 games. So they are doing extremely well in the Champions League. They are doing extremely well. They play 7 games in the Champions League. They won 6, lost 1. That loss came at AS Monaco. Borussia Dortmund and Bologna. Borussia Dortmund lost away to Bologna 2-1. Borussia Dortmund took the lead through the Guinean striker Serhou Guirassy from the penalty spot. But in the 71st minute, Dalinga equalized for Bologna. And 1 minute later, Ling Jr. scored the winner for Bologna. They won 2-1 against Borussia Dortmund. And Club Brugge 0, Juventus 0. FK Skrina 0-2, PSV Eindhoven 3. Liverpool 2, Lyon 1. Liverpool took the lead through Mo Salah, one of the greatest players to ever play in the Premier League. This guy, he is doing his job, and he scored for Liverpool to make it 1-0. And Leo had a man sent off in the 59th minute, but yet they equalized in the 62nd minute through the Canadian striker Jonathan David. And Harvey Elliott scored a winner for Liverpool in the 67th minute. So Liverpool now sit first place in the table of the Champions League. They are the only team that have 100% record this season. 7 games, 21 points in the Champions League. And Slovia Bratislava lost at home to Stuttgart. So Wednesday, Leipzig won 2-1 against Sporting Lisbon. Shakhtar Donetsk won 2-0 against Brest. AC Milan won 1-0 against Girona. A beautiful goal scored by Rafael Leao. What a goal. And Arsenal won 3-0 against Dinamo Zagreb. Goals from Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and Martin Odegaard secure all 3 points for Arsenal. Arsenal currently sit third in the Champions League table. And they are doing fantastically well in the Champions League. They are third place in the table. After 7 games, they have 16 points. That's a good record there in the Champions League. So automatic qualification. And Celtic won 1-0 again. Young Boys in final beat Bayern Munich 3-0. Wow. Bayern Munich had 80% of the ball. They control the entire game when it comes to ball possession. 80% to 20% to Ajax. And they have more shot on target, more off target. Bayern Munich have more than 30 shot. 30 plus shot to 8 shot to Feyenoord. Yet they lost 3-0. After dominating the game, they created a lot of chances, but they couldn't finish their dinner. And Feyenoord capitalized on Bayern Munich failure to convert, failure for them to take their chances, and they scored their 3 goals through Jimenez, he scored twice, one from the penalty spot, and UE that scored the third goal to give Feyenoord all 3 points. And Real Madrid won 5-1 against Salzburg. Real Madrid Rodrigo was on target again. He scored the first 2 goals for Real Madrid, and Kylian Mbappe scored the third goal, and Vinny Jr. scored the last 2 goals for Real Madrid. They dominated that game, and the way Madrid played that game, they dominated from start to finish. From start to finish. So now they still have a slim chance to finish in the automatic qualification place, but it's gonna be difficult because the first eight qualify for the last 16 in the Champions League, and from 9 to 24, the rest of the other 16 teams will go through a playoff qualifier. And currently Real Madrid 16th place currently. 16th place with 12 points. And the team that is 8 point have 13 points. So mathematically, the last game, everyone will play the same day, the same time. They still stand a chance to finish in the top 8. But it's going to be difficult because there are a lot of teams ahead of them, because this is 16th place. So a lot of teams ahead of them. So if any of those teams get a better result, they won't qualify. So their chance of qualifying is very slim through the automatic spot. But yesterday they were excellent. Jude Bellingham, and he was excellent in the middle of the park. Rodrigo, Vinny Jr., Kylian Mbappe. I think the front three, they are about to gel. And the 5 goals were scored by the front three: Kylian Mbappe, Vinny Jr., and Rodrigo. As I've been saying, at a certain point in time this season, that front three going to gel. That front three will click, and when they click, it's going to be a problem in Europe. Yesterday, Real Madrid front three, they were on fire. They were completely on fire yesterday. 5 goals from the front three. That's phenomenal. That's extraordinary. Front three scoring 5 goals. That's extraordinary. So that was a good game yesterday, and a very good game. Madrid, they needed to win, and they won. And Sparta Prague 0, Inter Milan 1. But the game I really want to talk about in depth is the City game. There's a danger that City may not qualify. If City, the last game is against Club Brugge at the Etihad. But the way City, the way they are playing, nothing is guaranteed. The old City, you may have said that they are already through because it's Club Brugge. But this City team, the defense is so fragile. The midfield is abysmal. There is no assurance that this City team will beat Club Brugge in the next week, Wednesday. No assurance. And if they don't beat Club Brugge, they are out of the Champions League. City on the verge of going out of the Champions League in the group stage, wherein you have to finish in, you have 36 teams. Once you finish in the top 24, so with 36 teams, currently City sit outside the top 24. That tells you how bad the City team is, how terrible this City team. They are 25th place in a 36 team table in the Champions League. And yesterday they took the lead. They scored, and not just in the first half. Mercedes scored in the second half of the game. Early on in the second half, City scored. Jack Grealish came from the bench. 15 minutes in the game, he scored the first goal for City. 3 minutes later, Erling Haaland converted. Haaland scored City's second goal to make it 2-0. At that point, people thought City would have won the game. Second half 2-0, good score line. But yet, they capitulated. So many times, City, they have capitulated this season. They have collapsed so many times this season. They will be in the lead and they capitulate. It has happened a lot this season. This team is done. This City team is done. And 56 minutes, a brilliant run from Barcola. That kid, in my humble opinion, Barcola was my man of the match in that game yesterday. Barcola from PSG. The way he got past Nunes, that he was not even there. And he did a brilliant cutback for Ousmane Dembele to score and make it 2-1. A brilliant goal. I don't know why Ousmane Dembele didn't start that game yesterday. I don't know, but yesterday was one of his best games in PSG shirt. The way he was running at defenders, it was scary. He was just running at them. And Barcola equalized. PSG deserved that. They played better than City. Barcola, the ball hit the crossbar, came back to Barcola. He just slotted in. Barcola slotted in. And from that moment, there will have been only one winner. From there, you know that City, they were going to lose. From that moment, they were not composed anymore. They couldn't put passes together. And the young Portuguese midfielder, João Neves, scored a third goal for PSG. No one picking him up at the back post. No City defender picked him up. He was free at the back post and he headed the ball straight into the back of the net. Schoolboy defending. Absolutely dreadful. How are you defending like that? No one picking him up at the back post. He was free. No one was there to pick him up. And deep in the stoppage time, Gonzalo Ramos scored the fourth goal to make it 4-2. And it was firstly ruled off for offside. But after it went to the VAR, the ball hit a City player. He was in an offside position. But the reason he was not offside, because the ball hit a City defender and he went in front of him. He slotted home to make it 4-2. City collapsed again. They are done. This team done. They need to refresh everything. They are completely done. The entire midfield. How are you going to play the midfield of Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne? How that midfield going to work? How are you going to use that kind of midfield against Paris Saint-Germain? They are old. They are all in their 30s. They're old. They don't have the legs to cover more ground on the pitch. They don't have the legs. Shako, I see you, man. Big up Sheikh Dolly. They are old. The entire midfield old. They don't have the legs. They don't. Vitinha going against people like Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and Joao Neves. Young guys, they are all young. The hard press, City cannot survive hard press. Any team, if you want to beat Man City, press them hard. Press them. Hard press, they will collapse, they will capitulate. That's how to beat Man City. Just press them. If you press the shit all of Man City, you win. That's what PSG did yesterday. They pressed them, and there was no confidence in them. They pressed them, forced them to give the ball away. That's what PSG did to them. And PSG deserves to win. They control the entire game. Man City are playing a counter-attack. Or Pep team playing counter-attack. How? How can a Pep Guardiola team play counter-attack football? That's not his game. He's not going to win. He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to sit by and attack. That's not part of him. It's not. And they on the verge. Their last game is Club Brugge. Even though it's at the Etihad, but we saw Feyenoord went to the Etihad Stadium. They were down 3-0 with less than 20 minutes to go, and Feyenoord equalized the game at 3-3. Club Brugge just need a draw to qualify. Club Brugge just need to draw that game. And it's going to be peak for City. That's going to be a very difficult game for Man City. Because we have seen teams go to the Etihad and get a result this season. We have seen it. That couldn't happen 2 seasons ago. This team is unrecognizable. You cannot recognize the City team. You can't recognize this team. This team is done. It's done. So many problems in the team. From the middle to the defense. The entire midfield, they need to change. Yes, signing Omar Mamouche will feel other defenders from South America. It's a good thing. But you need to replace Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, Gundogan. The entire midfield need replacement. The entire midfield need replacement. The whole midfield need replacement. So how are they going to do that? Omar Mamouche is an attacker. He's a striker. You already have Haaland scoring more goals. It's about keeping clean sheet. It's about defending. But can they see the team defend? No. Can they see the team cope with pressure? No, they can't. They always capitulate. Once you put a little pressure on City, City going to capitulate. That's what happened yesterday. They were 2-0 up, 2-0 cruising. And yet, they collapsed. They collapsed again. And I don't know why Ousmane Dembele, Luis Enrique didn't start Ousmane Dembele. Because when he came on in that second half, he was absolutely sensational. He was one of the best players on the pitch. Not just by scoring, but the way he was putting fear in our City defense, the way he was running at them, he was magnificent yesterday. Marquinhos was colossal at the back with William Pacho. Nuno Mendes again, superb. Hakimi, absolutely wonderful. He was a delight to watch yesterday. He scored a goal, but it was ruled off for offside, rightfully so, on the score of halftime. But this guy, he's one of the best number 2 out there. He was sensational yesterday. And Joao Neves, this kid, he's going places. He's just 20 years old, kid from Benfica. Portugal national team. And the way he dominated the middle of the pack yesterday against Bernardo Silva or Kovacic and Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. He dominated the entire middle of the pack. This kid, John Neves, this kid will be one of the best midfielders of this generation. He's sensational. He dominated the middle of the pack yesterday. And Bradley Barcola, that's why everything need the need of Barcola, a guy who will take the ball, get pace, but his passes so damn good. And the way he got past Nunes and to do that cut back for Ousmane Dembele was out of this world. He's a sensational player. And he was my man of the match. And he also got his goal. He was a delight to watch yesterday. Barcola. He's a good player. And Barcola, Gonzalo Ramos came from the bench. He been through a lot when it comes to injury, but yesterday he came from the bench. He scored. That was a good goal. Some players would think that they offside, so they will not try to score. But he did the right thing. He didn't think twice. He put it in the back of the net. That's why, as an attacker, whether you think you are in an offside position or not, you have an opportunity, pull it in the back of the net. We have VAR. VAR will decide whether it's offside or not. Score. Your first duty is to score. And that's what Gonzalo Ramos did yesterday. Kudos to Gonzalo Ramos. And what next for City? The problem they're having is not just a Rodri problem. No. It's not just a Rodri problem. This is more like a Rodri problem because this team, they are old. And if you don't have a good midfield in this time, this football, this generation of footballer, where every team now can play football. If you don't have a good midfield, the game is lost in the midfield. And PSG completely dominated the middle of the pack against Man City yesterday. They dominated yesterday. They dominated. They have almost 30 shots, close to 30 shots to Man City 9. It was a complete domination. They have over 60% of the ball. Or City team with Guardiola having less than 40% ball possession. What that tells you? Or Guardiola team having less than 30% ball possession. They completely dominated. City, they deserve the win. That win yesterday, PSG deserved to win the game yesterday. They completely destroyed Man City. A lot of things will collapse if you go down at home 2-0 in the second half of Champions League game. That should be game over. But because the present Man City team is a mess, don't get carried away. They won the weekend again. A poor Ipswich team 6-0. No. But the next 7 games in the Premier League will decide Man City fate in the Premier League. And let me say that their next 8 games now, plus the Champions League, will decide their fate this season. Because Wednesday they play Club Brugge. Before that, Saturday, they face Chelsea. That will be a very difficult game. And as you all know, Chelsea have a very good young midfield. Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, and Casado. They are all young. And going against that old guys like Kevin De Bruyne, Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva, it's going to be a difficult game. After that, they go to the Emirates to face Arsenal. And Arsenal, they are in a title race. They want to win that game against Man City. So, that's 3 games there in a row that difficult, that may define their season. At home to Chelsea, at home to Club Brugge, away to Arsenal. Then before the 4 other Premier League games that will decide whether they will finish in the top 4. Newcastle, Liverpool, Brighton, Newcastle, Liverpool, Brighton. Gonna be a hard game. Gonna be difficult for City. And they are playing those teams in succession. So, the honeymoon period for City, the last 5 games before yesterday, the last 5 games in the Premier League, that is, they won all. Their last 5 games in the Premier League, excuse me, I'm so sorry. They won 3, they draw 2. Their last 5 games in the Premier League. But those were games that we expected City to win. I expected City to win all. Drawing to Brentford, and the other game they drew, I didn't expect them to draw those games. I expected them to win all those 5 games because they were easy games. But their next 7 Premier League games, it's going to be very, very difficult for Man City. Extremely difficult. And Sani Mamouche will not solve the problem, because the major problem is not the attack. The middle of the pack and the defense. That's City's main problem. There are 2 main problems from the defense and the attack. So, that next 7 Premier League game will decide whether City will finish in the top 4. The first one is Saturday against Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium. Then away to the Emirates against Arsenal, at home to Newcastle United, and at home to Liverpool, away to Tottenham Hotspur, away to Nottingham Forest, and at home to Brighton. Those games will determine their fate. Those 7 Premier League games will determine whether City will finish in the top 4 or not. Because Nottingham Forest is 3rd place. Away to Nottingham Forest, any team this season is not an easy game for you. It's going to be a tough match. And the way they are playing, defensively awful, you cannot be up 2-0 in the second half against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, and you lost 4-2. That's disgraceful. That is complete embarrassment. City, they were embarrassed yesterday. I start the Prince against Paris Saint-Germain in Paris. They were embarrassed yesterday. You cannot give away a 2-0 lead. In the second half, you were up 2-0. This is a team that does not know how to defend a goal. City cannot defend. That's a problem. They cannot defend. And it's the entire defense, right full back, left full back, center defense, awful. It's not like they have to address just a right full back problem. It's not just a right full back problem in the City team. It is not just a left full back problem in the City team. It's not just a center defense problem in the City team. The entire defense have problem. So it will be difficult to address. And the entire midfield is same. So that's a huge problem. Don't just look at the problem like you put all the problem on Rodri because Rodri is injured. No. Even if Rodri was fit, City wouldn't have done anything better this season. Because what about those around Rodri? They are done. They are very old and done. Kovacic is in his 30s. Bernardo Silva in his 30s. Kevin De Bruyne, he's finished. He's in his 30s. Ike Gundogan is completely done. He's in his 30s. So how? The defense the same. Kyle Walker gone on loan to AC Milan. So you have a bank average footballer like Rico Lewis. He is freaking bank average. Rico Lewis is a bank average footballer. I don't see Rico Lewis was looking good because the team he was playing in at that time, it was a stable environment. The team was in form, was an informed Man City. Any team that is in form will make an average player look good. Any team that is in form makes an average player look good. That's what happened in the case of Rico Lewis. Because Man City, for the past 2 seasons or 3 seasons, Rico Lewis been in our team. He was looking decent because the players around him, they was in form. You have Phil Foden firing all over, Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Ike Gundogan, because the team was in form. So at that time, it made Rico Lewis look like a great player. But that kid is bank average. He's a terrible footballer. This season, it has exposed Rico Lewis. It exposed him. He's a bank average footballer. So, if you're depending on people like Rico Lewis to play in your defense, you have a problem. Matthias Nunes playing right fullback, it's a problem. That's a huge problem. Matthias Nunes, right fullback, big problem for Pep. And he's still struggling to adapt because this guy cannot adapt to any other system. He doesn't know how to adapt. He doesn't. And this is why I found it funny when he was playing with counter-attack against PSG. Because counter-attack, they were sitting back. They were sitting deep. I don't know whether it was tactical or because his players, they are old, they cannot run. So the hard press made them to just give the ball away. And that's how to beat City. Anything you want to beat City, you have to press them hard. Once you press them hard, they're going to give you the ball. That's how they play. Their midfielders are old. They cannot run. They can't cover the ground. So as long as you press them, they're going to give you the ball back. Simple. It's very easy to play against this City team. Just tell your team, press them. As soon as you press them, they lose concentration and they quit to capitulate. City can be 3 goals, 4 goals, or they can capitulate. They are so fragile. This team is so fragile. They will capitulate anytime under pressure. They will crumble. They crumble. Anytime under pressure, City will crumble. I don't see them winning anything this season. I don't see it. And even the win against Club Brugge on Wednesday to qualify for the Champions League playoff, they still gonna go knock. They will get knocked out by any strong team out there. And PSG has been struggling this season in the Champions League. And you see PSG dominating them like that. And even the Juventus that better win game, they lost to Juventus. Draw FC. They lost to Draw FC. Juventus that only draw football games. They barely win. They lost to Juventus. And ladies and gentlemen, before I go, if you are not yet subscribed to the Football Heritage, the link is in the description. Please subscribe. It is the Football Heritage. Please do subscribe. And we will be back here tomorrow with a preview of the weekend fixture, because having a lot of good games this weekend in the Premier League. As I said earlier, Saturday, Chelsea will go to the Etihad to face Man City. That's the biggest game of the weekend in the Premier League. So please subscribe. And it is the Football Heritage. We need your support to build this channel. This is a new channel. And for this channel to grow, we need your support. So please do support the channel. And again, thank you for listening. Peace. I'm out of here.